All right, so I'm going to do my turkey. I'm going to start coloring it in. I'm going to hit pause and then I'll come back to it so this video won't be so long because I know it's going to take a little while to do this. So to start with, I have my drawing tools on. I'm going to come down here and see what colors I have in my paint palette. Remember, you can only have 9 at a time. This looks like it's going to be the darkest brown I get, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to hit save and I'm going to start painting my turkey. Make sure I have my brown selected. I think I'm going to go with about an 8 brush stroke and I want the whole thing to be solid, so no transparency right now. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to start painting my, coloring in my turkey with some brown colors. And let's see if I can see through it well enough to see those black. Okay, yep, I can see that. I can see my black lines through it well, good enough. So I'm going to get a little bigger brush so I can color it in quicker. But I'm only going to do his feathers in this color right now. All right, this is where I'm going to pause it. When I come back, I'll have all of his turkey feathers colored in brown, and then I'll show you what my next step's going to be. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. All right, as you can see, I got all the brown feathers colored in that I wanted to, but also you can see the lines through there because the black, of course, is a darker color than the brown. So I can see where I want to put the tail feathers back in. So I took a bigger brush so I could do it quicker. But now I've got to do the other things on the turkey. So I'm going to stick with the same brown, but I'm going to change the color up a little bit by bringing that down a little bit. And let's see what I get. Okay, I'm okay with that color. So I'm going to go through and finish coloring him in with different values of this shade of brown by pulling down my transparency over here. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, I finished up my turkey. Now, all these, the 3 shades of brown you see here, was all done just by changing my transparency color. But for the wing feathers, I want to change it up a little bit. So I'm going to go back over here and see what kind of color choices I have. I think I'm going to go with something maybe like this and hit save. And I'm going to come over and see where my transparency is. I'm going to bring that all the way back up and let's see what happens. All right, I'm good with that. All right, I'll show you something else here. Okay, as long as I hold down my button, I'm holding down my button the whole time, I can color right on top of this. And I'm not changing the color. But if I leave go of the left click and I leave go and I go back in and start coloring on top of it, nothing happened. Hold on. Well, never mind. I thought the other day when I was doing it, it kind of changed the color on me, so I was kind of upset about it. Oh, never mind. I guess it doesn't. So anyhow, so that's with that. Now I'm gonna do like I did. I'm gonna change the transparency color on these so they're be different shades of the same color. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, what I was just talking about up here, how the color changes, this is what happened here. So what happens is here, let me erase it first. Okay, so I'll go back to what I was doing. So I was drawing it, and I think it's because I have a lighter shade is why it does that. As long as I keep the button down, my color, I can color on top of it and nothing changes. I can color on top of it. But if I leave go of that click button, or if I leave go of it and go back on top of it, that's what happens. Because what happens is you're having 2 layers on top of each other, and it makes the value different. So I left go of the click, I come back on, you can see it changes the color. So if you don't want to do that, you've got to keep the button held down the whole time. So I'm going to come back over here and hit my eraser, get rid of it, get rid of that, get rid of that, and start again on that. So I will pause and I will be back. All right, so here's my finished turkey as far as the color being done. While you were gone, I went ahead and did the feet and his face and all that to finish that part up. That's a simple find your colors kind of thing. But this is called a Zentangled turkey. So that means you've got to have designs on it. So now you're going to come over here, and I'm not going to use a very big like brush strokes for this. Well, wait a minute, I am going to do like maybe a 4. I'm going to re-put my lines in kind of where they were before. I'm going to put them back in. It was a lot easier doing it that way than trying to paint around those lines. And because I want it to be, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to do a bigger line, and I want to, you don't have to do it in black. I'm going to, at least on the outside of it, put it in black. So now I'm just going to come around here, and I'm just going to start tracing the lines where they were. And because you can kind of see through it, I kind of know where to put them at. And whoops, see, I missed that one, but that's okay. I'll go up here and catch it this way. Does not have to be perfect. Whoops. Dang. Just kind of keep going with it and get your black. Well, it doesn't be black, but put your tail feathers back in. And I will be right back. All right, so we got that much done. And I made a mistake here, but you know what? It's not, I'm not going to go back and undo that. It's not as easy doing it on the computer as actually doing it hands-on. So sometimes you just kind of have to go with it. So that being said, I'm going to change my brush strokes down to about a 4, and I'm going to come over to my paint palette, and I'm going to switch it to white and hit save. And I'm still on black, you see the ring around it, so I want to get the white, and I see the ring around it. And for this part here, though, I think I want to put a white line in. Change it up a little bit here. Okay, so being this is Zentangled, you got to put designs in. So let's say I come up here and I start putting some kind of zigzags in. If you want to put a polka dot in, all you have to do is you just put that little cursor wherever you want and you just click it. Polka dot. Yeah, you just click it and wherever that is, but you gotta let it set still and then click it. If I want to change my polka dots to a bigger polka dot and say, I'll keep it white for now. You just click it. All right. If I want to change it to a black polka dot, make it a little smaller and come in here and put some polka dots in that way. All right. So that's the idea. I'm gonna design all these tail feathers with Zentangled ideas of lines and shapes, and I'll be back. And just to show you what happened, because I struggle with this stuff too, but just to show you what happened, I went to erase something and I erased my brown lines for some reason. So I gotta go back in and fix all that and go back and put my Zentangles back on. So see you in a little bit. All right, so this is my finished product. So did I make a lot of mistakes on it? Of course I did. Why do you think I colored this in all white? Because I made such a big mess out of it, so I just put white on it, covered it all up, and put some brown dots on top of it. We're all trying to do our best, and this still kind of gives the idea of how to do Zentangles, which are just a bunch of different kind of designs. As you can see, I've got bigger dots, medium dots, and smaller dots down here. So just do the best you can and just kind of play around with it. And hopefully we can all be doing hands-on art in the school building as soon as possible. But until then, it's not too bad to do. All right, have fun with it.